Hello, everyone, and welcome to this NWAC broadcast on STSPN of Shoreline Community College Dolphin basketball. Tonight coming in, the Everett Community College Trojans. Currently the number 4 team in the NWAC North Division. Right behind them are the Shoreline Dolphins, a record of 2-3, 4-10 for Shoreline. Everett with a record 3-2, 10-9. Right in the heart of a playoff hunt for both of these teams in a crucial stretch of the league schedule with only about 8 games remaining in league play and then on to the playoffs. Hello, everyone. Keith Neely up top side at the Shoreline Community College Gym. Glad to have you aboard on STSPN. They're announcing the starting lineups first for Everett under the 40th year. Chet Hovde at the helm, long-time head coach of the Everett Trojans. Breezy Shore, 5'6" sophomore out of Monroe, will be at the guard. Lily Hildebrand, a 5'10" freshman from Oroville. Number 30, Jessica Ryder, a 5'9" freshman from Delta in Alaska. Kyla Tyler, number 40, 5'6" freshman from Nia Bay. Claire Fife rounds out the starting 5 for the visiting Trojans, a 6' freshman from Edmonds Woodway High School just up the road. Very close proximity. Janaea Williams getting announced now for the Shoreline Dolphins. Darnell Russell in her second year here at the helm of the Shoreline side. Zana Jones-Lee, the 5'6" freshman from Franklin. You're going to see a lot of underclassmen getting the start as they kind of retool the offense and the lineup here for the Dolphins. And Danny Hayes, number 14, a latecomer onto the scene here at Shoreline. Sat out the first couple of non-league contests and now has found herself number 6th in the NWAC overall with a 4.0 assist. Definitely an asset for these Dolphins as you get a good point guard out of Danny Hayes and a good defender out of Linwood. Has a state championship last year, a 5'1" freshman. And we'll get set to start here. Of course, the home white jerseys will be Shoreline. The visiting Everett Trojans adorned in the black with the red trim. And we are getting set to tip things off. It'll go right to Breezy Shore. Shore, 31 points back on Saturday versus Olympic. Led that come-from-behind win in the fourth quarter. And now Everett looking to get on stop first. There's the shot by Tyler. That one's wide. It'll go out of bounds. A team rebound for the Dolphins. Kyla Tyler out of Nia Bay out on the peninsula. 5'6" freshman with the first shot of the ball game, and we are underway. Danny Hayes bringing the ball cross court over to Williams. Williams with the dribble drive. She'll stop and pop a short 15-footer. Counted for Williams. One trip down, one trip with the deuce. And now Hayes with the steal. She gets on the end line. It'll go back to Everett. Tenacious ball defender. On-ball defender is Danny Hayes. You're going to have to be careful and realize where she's at every step of the way here. Shore over to Fife now, top of the key, left side. They'll cross it over, trying to find Tyler. It'll get tapped away briefly by Williams. In that heavy man-to-man pressure underneath, it goes to Shore. Good assist. And Breezy Shore, as she always does, or seems to anyway, right at the top of the scoring, gets things started early for Everett. 2-2. There's the kick to Hayes. Pump fake. She'll dump it out top now to Dolquist Larson. Left that one a little long. Rebound, Hildebrand. She'll yo-yo it across the timeline now. Tyler wants to slow things down. Assistant coach Zach Wild talking things through with his group. And now Shore, she can't put it on the deck. Well, she did. No double dribble call. I thought she would get one. Now that Fife wants it, Shore will pick it up and a foul underneath. Dolquist Larson, 5'5" sophomore out of Mount Vernon, tagged with her first personal foul. And Shore will go to the free throw line. Shore at those 31 points back on Saturday, half of them free throws. Gets to the line a lot. And 2 of 2 here. 4-2, 2-point advantage early on here. First quarter, of course, we are in quarters. In women's NWAC basketball, probably very familiar with that by now if you've been watching throughout the season, but that's the change. There's the Jones-Lee shot, left it short. Breezy Shore rebound. Bring it up with some small defense. There's the Tyler three, left that one short. Dolquist Larson with the rebound, and the Mount Vernon high schooler will throw the ball a little long to Williams, just outside the grasp. And with 7:46 to go, Everett will reload. These two teams right in the thick of things, right in the middle. Of course, 4 out of each division will make the playoffs. And you're looking at number 4 and number 5 right now. So just inside, just outside. Everett, the first team. The second is Shoreline. There's a long three. Jess Ryder with the 3 ball, and she has got it dialed in from downtown. 7-2, the 5-point advantage, Everett. Ryder with that unorthodox shot, one-handed, but she will find the bottom of the cup more often than not. Long rebound, Fife. And finally into Hildebrand's grasp against a double team. Has a man on, finally gets some help from her teammates on the bench to let her know what's going on. Now Tyler will dribble in. Back to Hildebrand, and off the iron. Goes back to White off of Fife. Fighting underneath, Jones-Lee and Dolquist Larson. Coming away with it, Shoreline. Of course, the doubleheader on STSPN tonight. Boys game will follow immediately as the Jones-Lee shot is off the mark. So after the very first bucket, Williams was able to put one in from about 15 feet. The wells run dry here in the first quarter. Underneath it goes Tyler with a little up and under. That's 2 topside assists for Claire Fife. And now a 9-2 advantage early on. Dolquist Larson passes over to Williams. The lone bucket for the Dolphins tonight. Now the kick to Hayes. 3 ball on the way. Got it. Danny Hayes with the triple. And everybody looks down at the sheet for the league leaders and sees the assists. Don't forget, this girl can score the ball also. Now a little body block on the near sideline between Fife and Sanders. Paris Sanders, the 5'8 freshman out of Cleveland. Played against Danny Hayes in that championship game. And that one off the mark by Breezy Shore. 1-2 in the state of Washington in prep action last year. Girls basketball in the 3A variety. There's the stop and pop. Left that one long. And a scrum underneath. It will be a tie-up. It'll go back to Shoreline. Shoreline winners back on Saturday versus the Tritons of Edmonds, 67-63 in that one. Checking in Lauren Allison now for Everett, 5'9 freshman out of Stanwood. And Dolquist Larson gets on the board with her first bucket of the night. Now into the double team. They'll get it over to Ryder. Top side to Allison. Lauren Allison. Now looking to try to work a mismatch underneath. Still man-to-man pressure by the Dolphins. There's a little runner by Hildebrand. In and out of the cup. No good. And it'll go back to Shoreline. 2 times now, Lily Hildebrand has been deep into the paint and has drawn that little runner and has come out empty. And now a little 5-0 run. Little mini run. There's Allison with the steal, taking the Williams pass. Gets in on that right-hand side. Can't get it. And that's Dolquist Larson will come away with it. Now a stop and a pop on the other end. No good. Williams with the rebound. She'll go up and is fouled. Officials tonight, Brian Lindgren, Pierre Newsom, and Stacy Brodzik, excuse me. That foul will go against Claire Fife, her first personal foul. Williams to the line to shoot 2. And that one rims in and out. Now a pair of subs for Everett. Shane Pereira and Michaela Johnson check in for the first time. Boys Everett team has just arrived for the nightcap affair. Directly after this, now Allison with the dribble drive is fouled along the baseline right in front of her own bench. That foul will go against Dolquist Larson. Only the second team foul, but they're both on Dolquist Larson. That may be trouble for head coach Darnell Russell. She may have to go the hard way and go back to that bench. Now a little skip pass underneath is stolen away. Great hands by Jones Lee. Here comes that fast break. Dolquist Larson on the run, right-hand side. Hesitation dribble along the baseline. Stolen away. Johnson with it. Dribble drive, long lead pass to Allison. Hayes right there to gather it up. No. And Williams will give chase. Last touched by Everett, out of bounds. And as expected, Dolquist Larson will exit. And checking in, Chriselle Sentman from Sultan, a 5'3" freshman. And we have a 1-point ball game. Everett with the lead, 9-8. 3:33 to go here in the first quarter. Williams on the right elbow, no good. Knocked around. Pereira with the rebound. Allison with the dribble drive. Kick out to Shore. Long shot. No. A little too much on that one. Hit the front iron. Skipped across. And now the title of drought holder goes to Everett. After Shoreline struggled for 5 minutes, Everett has drawn nothing but air. And that bucket, not a bucket. Sentment with the 3. Can't get it. And with 2:56 to go, we're under 3 minutes to go first quarter. Under pressure, man-to-man defense. Allison will bring it in. Now Shore to Johnson. Left-hand dribble, gets a body bump. And that will probably go against Hayes. That'll be her first personal third team foul. Of course, 5 team fouls in the quarter. You're shooting 2 shots. No more 1-on-1. Hildebrand to Allison. Heavily contested passes underneath now. Allison will dribble drive, stops and pop short corner. Dotted off the rebound. We'll go to Hildebrand. Count it. Hildebrand finally gets the seal off the rim. She's been down there a couple of times, finally finds the range. Checking in for Shoreline, Fatuma Abu, 5'2" sophomore from Rainier Beach High School, and in for Everett, Riley Zucker played her prep basketball at Mount Lake Terrace High School as Hildebrand completes the 3-point play. And the lead, 4 points now. Jones Lee will bring it up, topped away. Shoreline, of course, going back to that full court pressure, which they've had some success at recently. Here's Hildebrand once again, stolen away, mostly blocked and then stolen away. And we've got a travel violation as getting into that double team, or trying to split the double team. Jones Lee falls to the deck. And the ball back to Everett. So we'll see how much pressure Everett can withstand if Shoreline turns up the heat here, especially after made buckets. Here's the Johnson runner, nothing. The rebound to Abu. Jones Lee in traffic will bring it up. Knock to Hayes, top of the key. $1:30 left here in the first quarter of play. Abu now. Back to Hayes, down into that short corner. They'll bump it to Sentiment, then back out. The reverse very quickly. Everybody touching it. Kaylani into the ball game also now, and that one will fall after a runner connects against the glass. Jones Lee is on the board and makes it a 2-point ball game, awaiting an attempt at the 3-point play. Good job of just getting in. Good first step, gets into the key in a hurry, and she does indeed tag on 3 points. And as expected, full court pressure now. As Allison will bring it up now into the double team, will spin. Crosses into some traffic. She'll take it all the way and is fouled in the key. And that will be free throws at this point after 5 team fouls in the quarter. Jones Lee picks up number 2 in the quarter. 2 will make it 5 team fouls, and Allison to the free throw line to shoot a pair. Shoreline only lead 2-0. Ryder back in will replace Hildebrand. And Breezy Shore looks like she's checking in for the shooter, Allison. And she hits 2. Shore re-enters, 4 points on the afternoon. Some speedsters on both sides, offense and defense now, bringing it up against some medium pressure by Everett. Cross over to Williams, thought about pulling the trigger, it won't be there. Zucker took a dive at it. Now here's the Williams 3, got it. Janaya Williams with the 3, the second for Shoreline. And we are knotted at 14 apiece. Long pass. Back to Ryder, now to Johnson will back it up. Being pressured in the offense by Abu. Now Sheen with the 3. No, got that one short. It'll be Hayes. Had to turn around in a hurry, had to run into a brick wall, and Kaylani ends up being her survivor, her savior. With 12 seconds to go, Shoreline should get the last shot here. Williams dribble drive left hand, tries to give it back. Here's the 3 by Abu. No, front iron. Zucker with the rebound. Can't she get it off on time? And it will not count as an attempt. We're right back where we started, tied up. After 1 period of play, 14-14, NWAC women's basketball on STSPN. We'll take a break. Welcome back on STSPN. Everett Community College Trojans versus the Shoreline Dolphins. Women's basketball on the first 2 times these teams have faced one another. There's the Rucker rebound, or the Rucker shot, and it'll be a Sheen Pereira. A rebound and foul will go against Everett on the shot attempt. Correa coming on of late. An excellent defender. You can see the way she mirrors Danny Hayes bringing the ball up the court. She is very much valued for her defense. Of course, speed can always help with defense, and not a bad free throw shooter. 2 for 2 there. Everett so far is perfect. They are 7 for 7 from the free throw line. That'll help you out. Of course, that's a large part of why they are up 16-14 right now. There's the long three. Left that one short. Abu can't dial it in, and now Shore will lead the break. Out it goes to Ryder. Passes it back to Shore. Just underway. Zucker looking for an out and walks with the basketball. So Everett going with a smaller lineup now to match the speed, the overall speed of Shoreline. There's the Williams dribble drive, kick out to Abu, stolen away by Zucker, and that's probably why. Will she attack Hayes? Hayes just takes it right away. That was easy. Timed that one perfectly. And Danny Hayes can play the game on defense. There is absolutely no two ways about that. No argument from anybody in the stands. There's the runner by Williams, no good, and a blocking call will go against Johnson. As the two collide, Johnson, a 5'8" sophomore out of Auburn Mountain View, played her freshman year at Whatcom Community College, now making the transfer down to Everett for the sophomore season. Williams already with 6 points tonight, 1 for 2 from the stripe. Shoreline down by a deuce right now. Make that 1 point as she hits the first. Another will tie it up. Hildebrand into the ball game, and Fife will come back in also. So a little more offense will be given up for defense on the Everett side of things. Jim goes quiet, boy. Silent in the gymnasium. Zucker will take Hayes and has it partially poked away. Goes out of bounds. Said last touch by Zucker. And Hayes with yet another steal. Pesky defender. Now Dole will come in for the first time. 5'8" freshman out of Snohomish. Excuse me, got that backwards. Let me make sure I got this right. This Paris Sanders. We know who Paris is, 5'8" freshman. Seen her already today. Out of Cleveland, there's Williams. Loses the handles, had a dribble drive. Now we'll have to dump it down to Jones Lee. She'll spin in with the right hand. Easy split of the defenders. With some confidence, Jones Lee picks up point number 5, and it is 18-16, the first time that Shoreline has led since 2-0. Hildebrand back out top. The Ryder with that long arcing shot. That one had snow on it by the time it came down. And 7:42 to go. Shoreline looking to expand on the 2-point lead right now. Sentman to Williams. Buried into the corner to Hayes. Here's the skip pass to Sentman. That's a 2 if it goes. 2 ball. And the lead, 4 points as the pressure continues. Hildebrand has it taken away. And now it'll be Jones Lee with the left hand. And a timeout call as Everett wants to talk things over. It is a full timeout. We'll take one ourselves on STSPN. And a flurry of activity. Shoreline busts out to a 22-16 lead. We'll be back. Everett will inbound after the ball knocked away. Ryder will bring it up into the double team. Maddie Neely entering the ball game for the first time for the Trojans, 5'5" sophomore out of Edmonds Woodway High School. Here's Breezy Shore now, top of the key. She'll back it out with 14 on the shot clock. Here's the kick. Pump fake. Back out top to Fife. And Fife walks with the basketball. Put your post out top. Trying to make the extra pass. Fife's had a couple assists out there. Can shoot the three. But yet another Everett turnover, 22-16. They're going to need a bucket soon. They're going to try to crawl back into this one. Sentman down into Jones Lee. Dolquist Larson back in the ball game. Jones Lee left that one short. Hildebrand had it for a second. And finally, Dolquist Larson comes away. She'll turn in and spin. Count it. Puts up the deuce. And get it in. Whip it through that full court pressure. It's Ryder. Stolen away. And now Sentman will go the other way. Knocked out. Last touch by Everett.
I'm not sure about that last one there, Keith.
And now we'll have wholesale substitutions coming in for Everett. As Allison, Johnson, and Tyler will check in at the break. Dolquist Larson out top to Hayes. Back to Dolquist Larson, loses the dribble. Excellent job of moving it around the perimeter. Sentman, no. Has it top back out. Go reload the offense. And you don't want to give any team in the NWAC multiple shots at freebies. Couple of offensive rebounds. Jones Lee, and that will be a foul against Claire Fife. Will be her second personal foul.
What number, sir? 42? Yeah, she looked like she wasn't that happy there, Keith.
Called with the reach over. We'll put Jones Lee back to the free throw line where she is 1 for 1 after an and one opportunity. Makes that first. And now the subs for Everett will check in. Back to the smaller lineup. Everett need to make sure they can get the ball up the court. And that one a straight shot, but falls in. 3 for 3 now is Jones Lee in the lead, 10 points. Shoreline, their biggest of the ball game. Into Allison. Back to Shore. Edmonds hasn't even really gotten a shot off in the last 3 possessions. They'll dump it into Allison, turnaround jump shot. That won't fall. Hildebrand with the rebound, put back. Lilly with 5. And Everett needed that one badly. Jones Lee taking it right in. She'll go right back to work on the offensive end of the court. Hildebrand, the freshman, running the court, getting back on defense and getting another possession for Everett. 4:47 to go. And another steal by Danny Hayes. I've got to count a 3 unofficially for her right here. We'll see what she's got when the halftime book is delivered. But making extra possessions for your team on the defensive end of the court. And now we've got a foul underneath as Allison is charged with going through Hayes for that rebound. The first personal on Allison. And now coming into the ball game, McMillan. Chantel McMillan, a freshman from Nathan Hale, comes into the ball game for the first time for the Dolphins.
Well, she was lucky. She got away with that one there, Keith.
And that will go against...
like there was going to be a walk.
Johnson, her third personal foul is what they have up on the board. I didn't see the second. I only got one in there. And now we've got another foul call, and Shoreline will be shooting free throws. Lauren Allison with the foul. 15 foul sends A perfect Jones Lee to the free throw line. 3 for 3, make that 4-4-4. Hayes finally gets a well-deserved rest. Will head to the bench. Hayes with 3 points on a triple has done most of her damage on the defensive end of the court. And Jones Lee still a perfect from the stripe. 5 for 5. Allison on the run. Long lead pass goes in and out of the hands of Tyler, out of bounds. And the press really showing its strength now. Since Coach Russell went to it midway through the first quarter, has given fits to Everett. They broke it once, and after that really have not had any success whatsoever. 28-18. Williams will bring it in. McMillan. Jones Lee looking around the corner to Dolquist Larson. She'll dribble drive, reverse pivot, and she carried the basketball. 3:48 to go, second quarter. The Everett Trojans, the Shoreline Dolphins in a league contest, and another one nearly picked off. They'll get it into Shore. Pump fake. Now we'll draw it into the double team. Finally get it back to Allison. Hildebrand draws another double team back to Shore. She'll pull it up with the right hand runner in the lane. Then traffic draws 2 bodies. We'll see who this goes against. Dolquist Larson. That's unfortunate for the Dolphins, as that's her third personal foul, second team foul here in the second quarter. We'll send Shore to the line. Breezy Shore, the Bearcat, a couple years ago. Danny Hayes back in the ball game. Shore with 5 points will make that 6 on a deuce from the field and 4 free throws. 28-20, Shoreline. Williams will go right hand, left that one well short. Had the left hand lane should she chose to take it. Obviously much stronger from the right hand side, and now Shore will push one past Johnson out of bounds. So really struggling with their ball handling is Everett at this point. Hayes goes the long way. Here's Williams back out top. It goes to Sanders. No good. Sanders right there for the rebound, has it partially taken away, and finally Hildebrand will bring it into traffic. Here's the Johnson dribble drive, and she'll walk with it.
You know, Keith, if Danny could change her name to like Dusty, we could have Dusty Hayes versus Breezy Shore.
It'd be all right. Depends on where you are in your trek. Johnson, I assume you take Dusty to Breezy, to the Shoreline? I don't know. There's the 3 by Tyler. Kayla Tyler with 5 points. Makes it a 5-point Shoreline lead.
A couple of those brings them right back in it.
Yeah, not a lot of threes right now, and Everett can definitely shoot them. There's the Sanders shot, no good. Shore will give way to Allison, 1-on-1. Here comes Allison right with that right hand. Spin, no good. Shore with the rebound. Taken away by Kyla Curry into the ball game. Wearing number 23 in for the first time here in the second quarter. Curry out of Renton. 5'3" freshman is what they have her listed. Long shot, drives back iron. That one hard. Curry with the rebound, pushes it right back out. Stolen away there. Tyler will bring it up. Shore and Allison colliding. Still really unsettled on the offensive side, not knowing how to handle this pressure. Underneath to Tyler, and that is a foul call. Handcuffing Tyler on that left baseline was McMillan. And the freshman will get her first personal foul. And now back to the bench goes Chet Hovde and Zach Wild for the coaching staff of Everett.
The key is if Shoreline can keep up that pressure the entire game, because that takes a lot of energy out of those kids.
It does. You've got to have a deep bench if you're going to press. Of course, we didn't see it in the first quarter, so maybe spelling her squad just a little bit. Head coach Russell. Now to Jones Lee. She'll take the right-hand side, and now a block call will go against Pereira. I'm sorry. First personal foul on Sheen. And more free throws. Jones Lee perfect 5 for 5. Oh, they gave that foul to Hildebrand, not Correa. And now they take that back and make it on Kyla Tyler.
Oh my.
I got
the fans
chicken scratches all over my score sheet.
The fans are a little upset with that too.
What you need to know is that Jones Lee continues to shoot well from the free throw line. Hits the first and hits the second. If you can keep in ball games with good free throw shooting like that, and you're going to get to the line, I mean, that's the key. Is Jones Lee has got there in multiple possessions, deep into the paint. They do the back door to Tyler, and now we'll have a Danny Hayes foul, and she knew it. Looks up at the ceiling, slaps her side. Hayes will pick up 2, her second. Only the 4th team foul here in quarter number 2, 1:18 on the clock. They'll bounce it into Breezy Shore, and the reach around foul against Curry, her first, and Shore to the free throw line where she's 4 for 4. A couple of good free throw shooting teams right now. I'm trying to look. I've got 1 miss for Everett and 1 miss for Shoreline. Of course, I said it.
You knew that was going to happen,
out
right?
loud.
Yeah.
Shore splits the pair. Johnson re-enters for Everett. Hayes will bring it up. Man-to-man pressure by Zucker. Williams gets a good screen. Kick out to Jones Lee. She'll take that right-hand dribble drive and a walk. Tried to get the 2-foot stop down. At the same time, it was not to be. Shore will check back in for Zucker on offensive-defensive rotation off the bench. Trying to play personnel very well if you've got the dead ball. Hildebrand. Now to Shore, being guarded heavily by Hayes. 45. Shoreline will get another possession. Plenty of time on it. Only 9 on the shot clock now for Everett. Back to Shore. Pump fakes. Gets a slight screen. Step back 3 on the way. Back iron. Hildebrand there for the rebound. She'll go back up. That's blocked. Sanders got a piece. The Shoreline now should have the last shot attempt as the shot clock is out. 5-point lead. Here's Williams. Right hand, now left hand. Loses it for a second. Pump fake. Back to Jones Lee. Inside the arc. Back iron, no. Perea with the rebound. Here comes Shore. 7 seconds on the game clock. Williams guarding. Gets a Hildebrand screen. Now she'll dribble drive right up with the right hand. Count it, Shore. At the buzzer. Shore makes it a 3-point Everett. They're down 3 points, so it's a Shoreline 3-point lead at the half. The Shoreline Dolphins leading most of that second quarter of play after Everett took pretty much the entire first quarter, and I think the difference maker, definitely the full court pressure and the overall defensive stance that Shoreline has chosen to take at this point in time. We'll see if they've got enough mustard when they come back out of the locker room, if they can go.
What happened to the scoreboard?
The final amount. We've got 27-27 on the scoreboard. We'll see if that's just a mistake. And now they'll crank it back up.
There we go.
30-27.
Yeah, I doubt Everett goes back and does the same thing. I mean, I think that they weren't prepared for that press, and it kind of rattled them a little bit. And I bet they come back a little bit different.
We'll see. A lot of different personnel changes through that first half, trying to find the answer. We'll see if Everett can go in and draw it up. We'll take a break at the half. STSPN. Welcome back on STSPN. A 3-point lead for the home team Shoreline Dolphins as Everett Community College Trojans have come in and tried to get a jump start on this Dolphins women's basketball team. They did so, got off to a pretty good advantage all the way up to 8 points at one point in time. Actually, Everett, well, no, the largest lead was actually Shoreline, 10 points, 26-16 mark. 2 light lead changes and 3 ties. But it has been a very pesky, very hardy, very disciplined defense out of the Shoreline home squad here that has really made a muck of the offense of Everett. Everett used to scoring upwards of 64 points. They're third in the league in points scored. And right now, well under that, or on pace now for not even 60. So we'll see if the defense can keep up. Looking, surveying the court here, I believe we've got the same starters for both teams. Williams on the long kick out to Hayes, top of the key. Here is the Dolquist-Larson jump shot, just like they left off. Back into that full court pressure. Here comes Breezy Shore. Has it almost taken away. They'll rotate it back out to Tyler. Now to Shore. Man-to-man pressure all the way through the first quarter, all the way through most of the half. And now Tyler will bring the ball down, has it tied up. On the deck it goes. It'll go back on the alternating possession to Everett. Very good free throw shooting ball game. 10 for 11 for Shoreline, 11 for 12 for Everett, as Fife will wing it up, no good. Back to Everett on the rebound as Hildebrand is right there underneath. Here's the Ryder dribble drive, no, back out top to Tyler. Shoreline used to scoring about 56 points a game, so they're above their average through a half anyway. They'll get it down to Fife. She'll spin up and in. Beautiful pass from Tyler, top of the key. Hits Claire Fife for her first bucket. Now the dribble drive gets into traffic, and Hildebrand had to run the body underneath. That'll be, I believe, her first personal foul. Briefly, she had one there in the second quarter, and they pulled it back and gave it to somebody else. That is her second. Hildebrand's second personal foul. And now they'll inbound. They'll get the ball to Dolquist-Larson. Dribbles short side on the baseline. It rims out and off. And it will go to Everett. Dolquist-Larson, very good first step. Very quick first step, able to get along that baseline. Here into Shore it goes, and they have indeed figured out a way to break this press pretty easily at halftime. Usually just to not panic.
That's what we discussed a little bit.
Hayes will bring it up, off to Williams, back to Hayes. Now we'll draw a couple of bodies, the long kick out. To Dolquist-Larson, no. And the fast break squashed. Hayes will make her own. There's the dribble drive, a kick out now to Jones-Lee, no. Got a good look at it, double stepped in the key.
I think there was a couple extra steps in there.
Sometimes she gets that 2-foot step down, sometimes she doesn't. I'd have to agree. Like she had, but she makes it look extra. Good. Very athletic. Jones-Lee out of Franklin High School, 5'6" freshman, just all athlete. There's the Ryder shot, 3 balls. Jesselyn Ryder had 3 points in the first half. She can double that here in the third quarter and knots this game at 32-32. The 4th tie today. Williams has it stolen away by Shore. Now a 3-on-1 break. They'll slow things up. Get it finally into Hildebrand. Loses it for a second. She'll take it herself with the runner high off the glass. A little kiss of the window. Hildebrand with the deuce. She's got 7.
She called bank on that?
I didn't hear it from here with the cans on. I have no idea. I doubt it. Good-looking runner, though. In the lane, high archer. Here's the Dolquist-Larson 3. Left that one short. Williams with the rebound. Put back, no good. And Dolquist-Larson hustling after her own rebound, or off her own shot to get the rebound. cannot quite put the talons in to hold it. Into Tyler, back to Shore, and all but broken now is the press. 4 straight times Everett has had no trouble bringing it up. There's the Ryder long ball, no good. That one about hit the rafters on the way up. Williams. Back out to Hayes. She'll get a good look at a 3. No, too hard, too high. Williams will rip down the rebound. That one pushed away. And then finally looking over at the referee, almost as if, did you see that? Is Kayla Tyler.
That looked kind of like a hockey move there. It was, I think she got checked.
Tyler picks up foul number 2. Now the Dahlquist Larson 2. Counted a deuce. Just inside the line, 8 points for Dahlquist Larson. Hildebrand bringing it up. Shore wants it. There's Tyler, had a look, decided to wait. Across it back over to Ryder, long 3. That one off the front iron. And the ever-present Jones Lee with the rip. 34-34, 5:50 to go here in quarter number 3. And a 30-second timeout will stay right here on STSPN. Glad to have you along, Keith Neely and Todd Elvig, our executive producer.
I jump in every once in a while there.
And partial talent.
yeah.
In more
Not
ways
sure
than
about
one,
that.
right?
Well, you know, you can only listen for so long before you have to jump in and you want to say something, right? You're like, gosh, I'm not sure that was a good call. You know, not that I know because I'm not on the floor, but from here, every once in a while you see something that you want to say a little something about.
Everybody from baseline to the top of the bleachers has something to say. Shoreline will inbound after a quick 30. Tied 34-34 with 5:48 to go. STSPN.com. Shoreline Community College basketball all the way through the season on the home. And we've got a double dribble as Hayes has the turnover. That'll be the second turnover by Danny, although she has 4 steals in that first half. Not a bad ratio. Into Shore. Double team into the trap it goes. Finally to Hildebrand. They thought about dipping it in the corner. Had 2 open as Johnson re-enters at the whistle. Michaela now with it. Top it to Tyler. Over it goes to the 3-ball shooter. Arc, no. It'll be Shore underneath. She'll put it up. She can't find it. Ryder has 2 threes and has had 2 very good looks at it since. There's the little scoop shot up and in by Dahlquist Larson. And the lead, 2 points.
That was kind of pretty there, wasn't it?
Now Ryder has Hayes trailing. 1 step and up with the runner. Count it! Ryder nowhere to go to with Danny Hayes barreling down on her. Takes that 1 free step and goes up for 8 points today. Tied at 36. Dahlquist Larson out to Williams now. Being guarded man-to-man, and another foul on Kayla Taylor will be 3rd for her, 2nd here in the quarter. Everett boys, Shoreline boys, men. I guess they're men when you get collegiate. We'll have them next.
We do so much prep that...
had to shift the gears there.
Exactly.
Shore with the steal. And she'll go the distance, spin in, up with the right hand, off the glass it goes. Breezy Shore with 11 points now. 2 here in the quarter, and it is an Everett 2-point lead, 38-36. Down to Dahlquist Larson, right-hand runner, can't get that to fall, and to the deck she goes. A foul call will go against Hildebrand, her 3rd foul.
Fouls on Hildebrand, her 2nd. 14 foul in the quarter.
Well, now they say 2nd. So I think they've still got her in the book, or at least on the clock, with that extra foul, as Dahlquist Larson with the first of 2 free throws is successful. Next up for Shoreline on the road at Peninsula, the long trek out to Port Angeles. That one rims a little rattle and a little hum, and in it goes. 8 points for Dolquist Larson in the half, in the quarter. 12 on the game. Port Angeles, always one of those trips that takes a long time to get all the way out there. Betty Alem in for Shoreline. Is that who that was? They called it on Jones Lee. Allen with her first personal foul. So a little give and take from the referees over at the scorer's table. They giveth, they taketh away.
That is correct. Not the first time tonight.
Johnson with the free throw is missed. She's an 81% free throw shooter on the year. And now will collect herself and head back to the stripe. So that's a bit unusual for Johnson. And she will get 3 shots. And so far, the 81% free throw shooter is blanked. Take that 0 for 3. And an offensive rebound will pull it back out. So far, very good free throw shooting by both clubs.
Well, when she stepped up to the line, she stepped up to the line. She didn't step up to the green line. The ref moved her back, so maybe that just messed up her distance.
Definitely had to think about it. Now here's Johnson, kick out. Breezy Shore with 9 on the shot clock. She'll take the right-hand dribble drive over to Allison. She'll stop and pop an 8-footer off the back iron. Hildebrand fighting for it. Jones Lee with it. No, rather that's Allen. Here comes Williams now on the move. Back out to Jones Lee. Dolquist Larson, she's got the hot hand in the quarter, has it stolen away. Everett on the move this time. Almost ran up the tailpipe of her own player, and now a foul call will go against Williams. A lot of active hands, a lot of active feet. And now a little discussion on the sideline.
Uh-oh. Coach was not happy about that.
Not at all. That foul against Williams is only her first. Of course, more important is team fouls now, and we got a foul call will go back against Betty Allen. That'll be number 2 in short succession. Ryder will come in for Everett. Sanders will replace Allen for Shoreline. 38-38 with 2:39 to go, second quarter. Allison over to Ryder. Lost her wherewithal, had to pull up the dribble, and then lost where everybody was on the court. Now Allison will take Jones Lee in. A kick out to Johnson, 3, no good. Shore with the rebound, and a foul call on Danny Hayes on the undercut of Shore. That'll be Hayes' 3rd personal foul. And the 4th team foul on Shoreline. So 4 team fouls apiece here in quarter 3. 2:17 to go. So shooting free throws the rest of the way on the fouls. Kick out to Ryder, now to Allison. Allison with the right-hand runner, and she has her pocket picked by Jones Lee, but a foul call. Jones Lee will have number 3 now. No, they give that against Williams, rather. Boy, and I'm just not seeing the same thing down there. And I think now they're arguing that Williams knew it wasn't her. Nonetheless, Allison to the free throw line. 2 for 2 today. A 63% free throw shooter on the year, misses that.
Yeah, I think they moved the distance, so it messed them up.
Left a little short. That
There
time
we go.
gets one. Lauren Allison makes it a 1-point Everett ball game. Dolquist Larson. So it might get a little interesting down the stretch here after the pressure does not seem to be as important or playing such a big role as the Dolquist Larson shot is no good. Here is Allison, kick out to Shore. And the pressure in the half court is immediate and ferocious. Allison now gets into traffic. Will go up with the right hand, can't get it to fall. Allison trying to do it all. I think she ran about 1.5 miles there. And now an offensive call in some capacity. I believe that will go against Danny Hayes, will be number 4, and that could be trouble for Shoreline. You cannot afford to lose her leadership, her defense.
I didn't see what she did.
I didn't either. Away from the ball. It was a foul away from the ball. And Hayes will take a seat. In comes Sentman. Sentman with the deuce tonight.
She sits down. They immediately moved out of the press.
And now Johnson will dribble drive and a right-hand runner, no good. It's Sanders with the rebound and a tie-up. We'll go back to Everett. Shore snuck in behind and just put the 2 hands on and was rewarded with the basketball. And there's a beautiful inbound play right to Hildebrand. She's got 9. And 1:06 to go, third quarter, a rare 3-point Everett lead. Out to Dolquist Larson. Now to Williams. Tries to look in, has it stolen away. Hildebrand to Shore. She looks away now with a hard dribble with the right hand. Will kick it out to Allison. Now on the deck it goes. Pulls it back. Kick out to Johnson. 1 pass over to Ryder. 3 on the way. Money! Lily Hildebrand. Excuse me, with the pass out to Johnson, and then putting the bucket in. Jess Ryder has 3 threes tonight. Now Allison with the rebound. So we're kind of where we started the first quarter. When you aren't able to put the pressure on, Everett able to get some good shots. Underneath it goes to Shore, just out of her reach with 2 seconds left on the game clock.
That 3-point shot, do they still call that a swish?
If it swishes.
That was a swish.
That one splashed.
Oh, that was.
Swish, splash, whatever you want to call it. It was right to the bottom of the cup. 2 seconds remain. They will count it off, and no shot will go up. 44-38. Everett comes roaring back in the third quarter to take a 6-point lead. We'll come back to start the final stanza on STSPN. Don't go anywhere.
Okay, here you go. We're back.
STSPN broadcast of NWAC basketball. Shoreline Community College hosting the Everett Trojans. Trojans with the 6-point lead. Zucker and Perea in the ball game for Everett. The Speedsters now into the double team. They'll try to skip pass. Now the Dolquist Larson dribble drive along the baseline. They'll finally get it out to Jones Lee, and it is back to Shoreline with 14 on the shot clock. So now you get to see the fatigue factor of all that man-to-man. Can Shoreline continue at the level that they've played? Over to Williams. Now the Dolquist Larson dribble drive right hand has the scoop shot runner and is fouled. Will go to the free throw line. Foul goes against Zucker, her first personal foul. First, of course, in this early going part of the fourth quarter. And that off the back iron for Dolquist Larson.
I don't know what the second half stats are, but I got to tell you,
they're not the first. They are certainly not the hot free throw shooting of the first. Dolquist Larson, a 75% free throw shooter. And Darian at the free throw line, 3 of 4 tonight. 44-39, Everett with the 5-point advantage with 9 minutes to go in the game. And Breezy Shore, number 8 in the league, will pass the ball off to Hildebrand, who misses the runner on the right-hand side. Breezy hits the deck. Now Dolquist Larson has Zucker to contend with. Kick right back to her, now to Williams. She asked for some help. Dolquist Larson, triple on the way, left it short off the back iron. Everybody in there collapsing on the rebound. Zucker ends up with it. Now the pass out to Perea. She'll take it right-hand side, fouled, and will head to the free throw line. Sheen with the right-hand runner. Boy, do you miss Danny Hayes on the floor right now.
You do, too. She just brings a completely different style to the game.
Azane with the free throw, or with the foul charged against her as Perea hits the first of a pair, is 3 for 3, a 66% free throw shooter coming into tonight's ball game. Gets her own rebound, now will go right back up. Almost looked like she was going to be shooting free throws again. And now, matching the intensity defensively, Everett forces another turnover.
I think they saved their energy up. Now they've got some to spend.
Sentiment comes in for Jones Lee, who is fighting those 3 fouls. Actually picks up number 4. That was the 4th foul, at least up on the scoreboard. And I'm not entirely sure anymore because of the way they've been taking them and giving them back. Now Zucker with the 3 ball on the way. That's short. And now Williams wants some help. She'll get it. 8:15 to go. Man-to-man pressure by Everett. Zucker hounding Williams. Now the long pass.
That looked like it hurt.
Tight end style on the right-hand sideline. And now this could be trouble if you get right into the double team, trying to fire it away into anybody that can bounce it off of. Not a bad idea by Darian there to get the possession saved. And it didn't hit an Everett player. And now Danny Hayes is stirring on the sideline. She will come in. 7:53 to go. And Hayes is going to have to be careful. Of course, defenders, pure defenders, like to get those active hands. They like to be tenacious, pesky. Have to pull that back just a little bit now.
And that's what she's good at.
Can't bring it all. Now they'll get it into Ryder, pump fake. She'll go up with the right hand off the side of the backboard. Now a Hildebrand shot is no good, but she will go to the free throw line. Allen picks up number 3. Hildebrand, a 63% free throw shooter, is 1 for 1 tonight. 63% on the season. And now some animation on the sideline.
I think she's arguing about hitting the top of the...
Stacy Brodzik, the referee, will go, head referee,
top
will
of
go
the
over,
board.
talk to Russell about that.
Is that out of bounds, the top of the...
It has to hit a stanchion. It has to hit either chains or a support.
Oh, I
if
see.
It did not hit a support of any
So if it
kind,
hits the top of the board...
it does not matter.
Okay. I think that's what she was arguing.
And I didn't see if it hit the chain or anything supporting the backboard or not over there.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Hildebrand with the free throw. She'll get one more. And left them just slightly short, but they both fall. Hildebrand with 12 points tonight. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. You can bet we'll be shooting some here the rest of the way. Over to Hayes. In the corner it goes to Sentman. 3 ball, no, that counted a deuce. The freshman from Sultan with her 4th point. And now Perea will back into a double team. Almost gave it away, and Shore will have to gather it back. Along the baseline she goes. Can she get it up and in? Ah, what a reverse. What court awareness underneath in the paint. Drew double team, and then as soon as the chains loosened just a bit, was able to turn with that right hand and put it right up off the glass for 13th point of the evening for Breezy Shore, and a 8-point 49-41 advantage for Everett with 6:55 to go. We'll take a timeout on STSPN. Welcome back on STSPN. Shoreline Trojans with an 8-point lead over the Shoreline Dolphins in a 4th meet 5th in the NWAC North Division. Top 4 making the playoffs, so a very crucial ball game. Each team needing that W. It looked like Hildebrand picked up her dribble. Rucker. Perea, top it goes to the runner by Ryder is no good. Out to the races comes Sentman. And runs out of daylight. They'll come back and reset. There's Sentman once again trying to look for that bounce pass down underneath to Allen. Can't find her there. Nicely sealed off. Now they'll get it down underneath to the big, and it's right there as Ryder. Stolen away by Perea. She's got 2 steals in the last 2 trips.
That's just great heads up.
5:53 to go, slowing things down, using every bit of shot clock. Hildebrand will get the screen. And now we've got a foul call. Will go against Sentman. That'll be her first personal. 3rd on the team. Jones Lee, after some rest, will replace Allen. On the court for Shoreline. Looking down under for Shore on a long floating pass. She'll spin in on Hayes, up off the glass. And that is why Breezy Shore is number 8 in the league in scoring. She can create her own shot from almost anywhere, any condition, any defender. 10-point lead, the largest for Everett. And it comes at the 5:15 mark of the ball game. And that is a block call on Zucker as Hayes.
I think Hayes might have dropped her shoulder a little bit there.
Could have gone either way.
She made her pay a little bit there.
Tyler Johnson and Allison back in on the Everett side. Kick it out to Jones Lee. Drives in with that right hand. Up it goes, off the glass herself. She'll count it. First 2 points of the half for Jones Lee. Saddled with a little bit of foul trouble. and now comes in with an instant spark off the bench. She's got 15 on the night. There's Shore. Kick out to Allison. They'll want to run this clock down all the way as far as they can with this 8-point lead. And the leather. Here's Allison now. Struggles for a moment. Underneath the Shore. Right hand to left. Crossed over in the key. Up off the glass. Shore now with 17 points in the ball game. 53-43. Williams steps in against man-to-man pressure and then just loses it. Lost the handle. Tyler will give way to Shore, now to Allison. Underneath, an easy bucket for... No, Hildebrand can't make it happen, and that will be a foul against Johnson. It'll be her fourth.
That's number 13, Johnson.
You know, I think Shoreline has got a lot of cross-court passing. I mean, they've got a lot of dangerous passing moves that they like to...
Yeah, skip passes can be very good when you have a spot-up shooter on the other side of it, but if they have any air under them at all, any of these loopy passes, soft passes, it's this level, they're going the other direction. There's the running scoop shot right-hander, no good by McMillan. And a foul call as Hildebrand got tied up underneath. Sanders will be charged with the foul. That's number 2 on Sanders. And a fresh 30 as the clock soon to become an enemy. And that one taken away by McMillan. A couple of players almost looked like they were going to headbutt each other, not on purpose, but a little dangerous there right in front of us. Here's Jones-Lee. A stop and a foul call out front will go against Allison. Will be 30 on her. Nope, they call Kayla Tyler. Tyler with 4 now. That one tipped. Allison fighting for it. She'll fall out of bounds. It'll go back to Shoreline. 53-43, 10-point Everett lead.
Quick hands, it just is amazing.
These are the kind of teams that can give Everett fits. The quick, super fast, active defending teams. Williams is fouled by Allison. That'll be Allison's third this time. And the 5th team foul will send Williams to the free throw line. No, that is McMillan to the free throw line. McMillan, a 50% free throw shooter on the season. Draws the iron. Second one to the bottom of the net. So
like you said, 50%.
Made good on her season average. Now Allison with the dribble drive. Has a 4 chasing. And of course, Everett just wants to hold on for the remaining 3 minutes if they can get some stops on defense. Shouldn't be that big a problem. Now they'll go to Tyler. Tyler loses it. 8 on the shot clock. Over to Allison. It fires a bullet pass into the cheerleaders. That's a turnover.
And the cheerleaders didn't catch it, so I don't understand.
I think it's still a turnover.
So, you know, we've got 11 points. This might be just a hair early, but you got to start thinking about player of the game.
2:54 to go. Player of the game. We can probably do that. I've got some leaders in the clubhouse, I think, already. Yeah, a couple of them. And a foul call will go against McMillan. And that'll be foul number 5 as a team. And it means Breezy Shore will be shooting free throws. 5 for 6 from the stripe tonight. A 79% free throw shooter on the season. Shore will step to the line with a 9-point lead with 2:44 to go.
I think that was intentional now. I think they're trying to stop the clock.
Shore hits the first. Back to a 10-point advantage for Everett. That went off the mark. And now you're going to have to look for some offense. No better person to do it than Jones Lee. She has that blocked by Ryder. And now Hayes comes barreling in for the steal, and it will be Shoreline basketball. No, the Everett basketball on the alternating arrow. Shoreline getting it at the quarter break. And that's why Danny Hayes is so valuable. You lose a possession, and you turn around and blink thinking you're just going to pass it up court. And she's right there.
Just like a little pit bull.
6 steals for Danny Hayes tonight. 4 in that first half. And now Shore will bring it up against the double team. They'll get it over to Ryder. And the foul call and the bucket. Perea with the deuce underneath on the right-hand side on a beautiful feed. And Sheen to the free throw line to shoot the and one. Perea with 5 points, 3 from the free throw line. Perfect there, 3 for 3 today. 66% free throw shooter, as we mentioned earlier. I think the last time she was at this stripe, but that average is going to go up. 4 for 4 tonight. Give Perea 6 points and some mighty fast wheels. And move it to Jones Lee. Gets that little dance, that little hop skip.
Boy, those were all working first half.
And now the long pass up front. Almost walked with the basketball. Perea will put it in, and that will make it a 59-44 advantage. A 15-point lead in the last minute of game clock. It blossomed in a hurry. And we've got a timeout on the floor with that 1:56 remaining. We'll take one ourselves on STSPN NWAC basketball. Stick around. For the final 1:56. Third quarter really the difference maker for Everett. 17 points to 8 in the third quarter of play, and that's partially due to that press just not having quite the same energy that it had in the first half. Shoreline was able to get some great steals, really create pressure that Everett just looked uneasy. They looked uncomfortable. They didn't want to be there. They didn't want to bring it up. Nobody wanted the ball. Second half, that just didn't seem like that was the case at all. Now the final minute, as Rucker looks under, and a travel violation.
Possession Dolphins. Dolphins, Larson, Williams, Anna Blue return for the Dolphins. Replacing the middle,
Dolquist Larson checks in. Boo checks in, and Williams back in for Shoreline. Hayes, top of the key, over to Boo. Underneath with the right-hand runner. That's a way to get yourself back into it. Williams with the deuce. She's got double figures tonight with 10. And we'll go to the free throw line. A 48% free throw shooter. Hildebrand picks up number 4. And that one off the mark. Shore with the rebound. And now with 13 points, the advantage and the leather. Shoreline will have to come out and foul if they want a possession. inside the original shot clock. 18 left. Hayes with 4 fouls is hounding Shore. Gets the screen. Now Shore will go around the little runner off the glass. Holy smoke, can she just score from almost anywhere? Crafty magician is Breezy Shore. There's the long 3 off back iron. Shore with a rebound. No. Team rebound will go to Everett. .33 seconds to go, about 5-second difference between shot and game clock at this point in time. Ryder with the stop. They'll give it to Perea. Now to Rucker off the glass. A little poke at it from the right-hand side. Rucker's on the board with 2. 63-46. And now Perea with a chance to break into double digits. I think that'll be the first time this year. Look at that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points for Perea. Shoreline not looking like they want to bring the ball up the court right now. And that will be the final. 65-46. Everett with the win over Shoreline. Shoreline falling to 2-4 in the North Division, 4-11 overall. Everett moving to 4-2 in division, 11-9. 2 games over 500 for the Trojans. Up next for the women Dolphins at Peninsula. The long trek out to Port Angeles, 4 p.m. on Saturday. They'll have Bellevue and Skagit following. Breezy Shore, I think we'll go with. We'll make that official through the airwaves. Up next for the Trojans, Saturday at Bellevue Community College, across the water to the east side, in a game that matches up number 2 in the North Division with number 4, depending on how things shake out tonight. Of course, a lot of teams playing in ball games tonight, and right now, depending on where Peninsula will play, let me just see if I can't dig that up. Standings can get a little more realigned, a different alignment anyway. Up next, the boys will play the same Everett Trojans. That tip-off is scheduled for 7 p.m., 7:15 p.m. And we'll be here with the call on Sound Live Sports Network. As we get the games today are not in yet, so we do not have the updated standings. We may have those, of course, during the boys' game, but then all the women, the men's game, but all the women viewers will not need them. So we'll just let that lie. Right now, Everett controlling their own destiny in the number 4 slot of the Wesco North Division. And now we'll bring on our player of our STSPN player of the game as we settle in, Miss Breezy Shore. And you are on. Breezy started off decent enough, and then you ran into a little pressure, and it wasn't normal Everett basketball. What happened in quarter number 2?
I think we just got overwhelmed from the pressure. I mean, we were expecting it, but I think at times our minds are just going too fast for our bodies, and we want to get rid of it, and we need to learn to slow down and play at our tempo.
You guys went in a deficit, 27-30. You were down by 3 points when you went into the halftime, largely because you hit a runner at the very last minute. You could have easily gone in down 5 in that contest. What was said in the locker room that you guys came out and went on your best quarter output, 17 points in the third quarter? What was said in the locker room?
What was said is that we just needed to, like I said, play our tempo. We needed to control the game and come out and look for the pass instead of, dribbling the ball everywhere, and, reduce turnovers and just play team basketball and slow it down a little bit.
You come in averaging 19 and change points a game, number 8 in the entire NWAC in scoring. Again tonight, and I haven't even added it up. Let's see, you had 9 in the first half, so 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Do you feel like you need the ball in your hand at any given time when your team is down, or you just let it come to you? Do they know to find you?
I honestly, sometimes, it comes to me, but a lot of the time I like to try and demand the ball, just, especially when we're down, trying to get a groove going. I know I'm confident enough that if it's in my hands, I'm going to go to the basket and score. So if we're in a deficit, then I just need to get it and hopefully score. But I'll look for the pass, too.
Well, you definitely had it because you led all scorers tonight in a big win, a win you guys have to have. You control your own destiny for the most part to get into that very valued number 4 spot or higher in the NWAC North in order to get to the playoffs. That's got to be written number 1 up on the chalkboard at Everett. Yeah,
definitely. It was a big one tonight. We knew coming into it that, every game from here on out is really important. We can't take a game off. We can't lose any more games. So we're just working hard on that. Are we being videoed?
Next one is Bellevue on Saturday. And yeah, of course you're videoed.
I wasn't.
You see yourself right there. Bellevue, the Bulldogs, a very tough gym to play in. They have a lot of success there. What's the game plan going into Bellevue on Saturday?
The game plan going in is, not being intimidated. We need to, like I said, keep playing at our tempo, not be intimidated, go in with nothing to lose, really. Control the ball, slow it up, make sure that we give nice, good, crisp passes because they do have a couple players that like to, steal the ball and run with it. So just got to slow it up and not be intimidated, I'd say, is the best thing to do.
So up next, the Bellevue Bulldogs on Saturday. Breezy Shore, thanks for taking time to be with us on STSPN. Our player of the ball game in the win, 65-46 on the women's side of things. Men will be up in just a minute. We'll take a quick break, come back with a wrap-up of the statistics and the points, and we will, we're saying we're going to send it along. We'll see you on the flip side. The boys are up next. STSPN, thanks for being along with us.
Thank you. I didn't know we were being filmed.